Najee, ran into a connoisseur of the arts. Can you give us your name first?
Roger Tucker.
Where are you from, Mr. Tucker?
I'm originally from Newark, New Jersey. I live in Manhattan now.
Okay.
I'm an art educator, an artist, and an art consultant.
Oh, fantastic. How many years have you been coming to Basel?
This is my second year.
Okay. And why was it important to come? Your first year?
Well, there's a lot of art. I'm a collector, and also I'm asked to, identify art for collectors, and so this is the place to be.
Okay. In the second year go-round, what are your impressions so far?
Well, my impression so far is that there's a lot of art here. A lot of it is very good, especially here in the convention center. Been to some of the smaller art fairs, and the work is a little uneven, but still interesting.
Any particular artist you got your eye on?
Well, I always have my eye on Nick Cave.
Okay.
Carol Walker. She has some new work that I think is really very interesting here today, so it was worth the trip just seeing that work.
Okay.
Isaac Julian, brother from filmmaker and photographer from England.
Okay.
His work at the Bath Museum.
I've been there.
And I just saw him for the second time. The idea of collecting, the idea of support, the idea of just being in this world. It's it's a global world. It reflects the 21st century as well as the 20th century, and more of us need to be involved.
Okay.
Because we've influenced and informed the world in music and the other art, performing arts, but I think the visual arts, really, we need to step up the program.
And where do we start?
Well, we start with, your site, because a lot of people are on the web. People are networking in more, in different ways. And I think the internet's probably going to be one of the most powerful.
Yeah.
Because you're going to reach people who are interested, and then people we're going to sort of ambush. They may not have thought they were interested. Once they see the information, once they see the material, I think the audience is going to grow.
Yeah. Why is it important for our artists to be involved in coming to shows like this?
For me, it's important that we see what the rest of the world is doing. South America has a bigger presence now than they've ever had before. South Africa specifically has a bigger presence. The rest of the continent, probably not as much, but from what I can see, South Africa there's a lot of work coming out of there, and they're promoting it, and they're showing it, and maybe because there's a larger white African population there that's sort of globally connected.
Right. I know a number of the issues that dialogue that goes on the site revolves around identity. How is that even important in today's time?
Well, I mean, I'm 57 years old, and I'm looking for black images. I'm looking for black faces. I'm looking for something that says, this is part of my experience or your experience. And I know there's that sort of a group experience, an experience that all of us share as human beings. But, I'm looking for people, I'm looking for images that look like me. So
as a community, are we too critical on people like Carol Walker with imagery and Alabama South?
Well, I think we are critical, and I don't know if it's too critical. I mean, I think people respond honestly, and because there's been so little work that's been embraced by, I think, the greater art community. The fact that her work, which is very controversial and very dark, and most art is controversial, and some of it is dark, but the fact that she was celebrated and so many of the other artists that have been around haven't been celebrated as much is unfortunate. But I think if we want the work promoted, we've got to promote the work.
Yeah.
We promote our music, we promote a variety of other things, and if it's important for those different kinds of images to be out there, then we have to either support the people who want to get them out there, like yourself, or find people who want to get those images out. So, I mean, we can't dictate what people want to see. We just have to put more things out there and give them more of a variety.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, and I'll be going to your website and making a contribution.